Hi, so I'm back home and I figured that I would just tell you what happened because I didn't film all of it. There was a lot of stuff that I couldn't film, etc, etc. So I'm just gonna talk about the day where I met Dan and Phil. Dramatic music. Dum dum dum. Okay, and also I'm in my new shirt which says I actually went outside to see Dan and Phil on tour, and it's my favorite shirt. I'm gonna wear it all the time, and also I'm wearing a flower crown, which I got from my VIP package, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Update. We're at the train station, and in 17 minutes the train leaves to Sheffield. And oh my god.
So Amanda and I went on the train around 11 a.m. on Monday the 12th of October, and we sat there. Amanda finished this thing she was working on. I'm gonna show you later. So once we reached Sheffield, it was like 2 p.m, which meant that there was 3 hours until the VIP show began. And so we found the city hall and we found a Cafe Nero that was right next to it, and then we just sat there for the next 3 hours. Amanda finished it. Actually, I think I'm just gonna show you. She finished this. And I sat and put a lot of my footage over to my computer. And you know, we had these cards that I showed in the last video. And these cards were brilliant. And I made my like weird kid stories and I wrote it in there for Phil to read it. And in the end I never found a place where I could put the weird kid stories. So I have this like card, and I just have it for myself, and it says like, to this best son that's ever been, or something like that. And I was just like, I thought they were so hilarious and I really wanted to give it to Phil. So it was a little bit to 5 p.m. And Amanda and I got out of the cafe and we went over to the city hall, where there was this nice line of like 50 plus people, between 50 and 100. I'm not really good at like judging how many people there are in a place. And there was like the VIP line. We were looking for this girl that we've been riding with for a while. I don't think I ever mentioned this on my channel, but right after we got the tickets for Sheffield, I wrote on Tumblr who else got VIP tickets for Sheffield. And this girl called Charlotte wrote to me and said, hey, I did, me and my friend are going. And then she told me which seat they had, and it was right next to Amanda and I. So we've just been riding with her for the last like 5 months or something. So yeah, we were looking for her, and then we see her come around the corner with her friend Martha, and we talked to them the whole evening, and basically these were like really nice girls. I'm not saying that Amanda and I wouldn't have had a fun time if we hadn't known anybody. I mean, of course we would have. We were gonna meet Dan and Phil. It was the best night of our life no matter what, but it definitely made it a lot better that we had someone else to talk to, and they were like super fun. So thank you, Charlotte and Martha, if you for some reason watched this. It was really nice meeting you. It was really fun. But anyways, we got into this like VIP section that was downstairs, and there were like cutouts, and there were, you know, like this little platform thing. It wasn't really a stage, it was just like a platform. And we sat down and we waited and stuff and talked. And then I don't even remember, like it's like such a blur, but I just remember that suddenly Dan and Phil were on this platform and I grabbed Amanda's arm. I didn't even notice I did it, but apparently I really almost like teared something in her arm, because she was not happy afterwards, because I pretty much fucked up her arm completely, and I didn't notice I did it at all. It's just when I get excited, it's just I grab stuff, and apparently Amanda was like the closest thing, so yeah, sorry about that, sis. And then, you know, they said, queue up, and, you know, we're gonna take selfies with you, can sign some stuff, can't wait to meet you, yada yada yada. And people queued up, and we were like, okay, let's just wait. Like, we are gonna meet them, that it's not necessary to be the first. And then we sat and talked a little bit more. Amanda showed this thing that she made, which was a Kanye. Amanda said it was called jumping jack. I don't know if it's called that. But you know, like you pull a string and their arms go like this. And she painted it herself, and she'd been working on it for days. And she was gonna give it to the arts and crafts, because like all weekend she's just been like no, but I haven't had time to make anything for Phil. So she didn't want to just give it to Dan. She was like, no, but I can't do that, not when Phil's there. And I totally get where she's coming from. But we convinced her that she should give it in person because it's a little bit more special when you're like in front of them and they see it. So we convinced her that she should do that. And, you know, we queued up and slowly but surely the line got shorter. I said, okay, so you guys are just gonna be like for me, right? And the funny thing is, before we even got into this VIP thing, Amanda was freaking out. And I mean, she's probably gonna get mad at me for saying that, but she was really freaking out. And I was just completely calm. And then we got in and they got up on that platform and, you know, the line got shorter and stuff. And I could just, I couldn't. I stopped functioning. All of my plans that I was gonna be so cool, they went out the window. I had been planning so much stuff I wanted to say, but once the line just got shorter, I forgot it all. So we got up on this platform and Amanda went around the corner to meet them. You know, we couldn't see them because there was like signs in front of it, so you know, we couldn't all like see when they were taking selfies. So Amanda got around and I was really close so I could hear what they were saying. But apparently she gave it to them and Dan said something like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. But I'm so jealous. She had a special meetup with them, you know, it wasn't just sign, selfie, bye. And I am so envious of that because I wish I would have had that, but I was really freaking out. So once I ran around the corner and I was just like, oh God, they're here, oh God. So I froze up and they were like, hi, and I just, hi. And then, you know, I gave Dan a hug and I gave Phil a hug and I was standing with my book and then Phil was like, oh, do you want us to sign that? And I was like, yes. Thank you. And they signed it and I was like, so selfie? Yeah. Here. And like Dan took my phone and we took a selfie. It was this selfie. Really bad quality because my phone takes shit pictures and the lighting wasn't fantastic. I've been trying to edit it so it looked a little bit better, but it's really, really difficult because it was very red light. So, and then they were like, so have you had a nice day? And I was like, yes. And I was like, bye. And I was like so awkward, but I couldn't function. It was like, they're here. It's them. They're real. What? It didn't make any sense to me at all. And then I went down from this platform and Amanda was there and this lady who gave us like these VIP packages, which for example had the thing and also it had this thing. I don't remember what it's called. And you know, like posters and stuff, etc. But I went down and I was just like, I was crying without tears. I was just like, what is that? I was completely hyperventilating. Just like, I met them. What? I gave them a hug. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. And still my brain isn't really comprehending it because like it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, how? And I'm so angry with myself because I should have written them a letter or something. I should have done something. I must have had some, I don't know, something that could have made it special instead of just this hi, hug, sign, selfie, bye thing that happened. But I could literally not function at all because it was them, it was my idols, and I was just so happy being there. Then we got upstairs to the actual place where the show was going to take place, and I am gonna say this right now, I'm not gonna spoil anything, obviously, because first of all, we were told not to spoil anything, and also I don't want to spoil anything. But we were on the first row. I think the last time I said it, I just said that we were pretty close to the stage, but we were actually on the first row in the middle because we were the first people to buy the VIP tickets. The VIP tickets gave you the best seats in that were available, and since we were the first one to buy the VIP tickets in Sheffield, then we got the best tickets in the house. Or Amanda was like literally in the center. I was a little bit to the left, but it was okay. It was perfect. I was so happy. Though I did actually take a picture of the stage. I'm not going to show you because, as I said, spoilers, etc. It's not good, but I filmed some stuff that I want to show you. I filmed the audience. It it really was amazing seeing that before the show started, that everybody was just singing along on High School Musical or Wild, or oh god, they played Thinking Out Loud, and I was just like in my heart. And right before the show began, they played Toxic, and I was just stop. But it was amazing. But yeah, then the show began, and I'm gonna say this without spoilers, it was the best day of my life. The meet and greet was amazing, and I'm still like confused and weirded out by the fact that I actually met them and gave them a hug. But the show was the best part. You could see how much effort was put into this, and perfect. Like I can't explain it any other way. Like, think about all of the times you freaked out over something that Dan and Phil have done, times 20,000. That's how amazing this was. It was the best feeling in the world, and I've never experienced something that beautiful. And it seems like I'm overreacting, but it was really that amazing. Maybe it was because I was in the first row, I don't know. I'm happy that I experienced it on the first row, because I think it made it a little bit better. Like, the only thing about this experience that sucked, and it's not the show or Dan and Phil, they were perfect, of course. It was the fact that Amanda and I had to catch a train 20 minutes after the show supposedly should have stopped, but they were a little bit late, so it didn't stop there, and we couldn't, it was like a 15 minutes walk if you knew how to get your way to there, but we didn't really know, so we were like stressing for the last 20 minutes of the show. I was like, Amanda, I think maybe we should like go soon. She was like, Clara, I know that we have to catch this train, but we cannot leave before the show ends. And I'm so thankful that she did, because the last 15 minutes of the show was the best part. So if I missed that, I don't know, I would have never been able to forgive myself. It would not have been the same if I hadn't had the last 15 minutes. But it was stressful. And after the show ended, like the last 5 minutes, we just started to put on our jackets and bags and stuff. And I had all of the stuff that I had to take to the airport. I pretty much like put all of that on, and then right after the curtains went down, I just got up. I was like, bye guys, it was really nice meeting you. And then we ran, and my lungs were bleeding. It was so awful. I mean, it was worth it. It was totally worth it for the show, but God, was that feeling awful. And when we finally reached the train station, I was bawling my eyes out because I was so stressed. I was like, oh God, we're not gonna make the train, then I'm not gonna make my bus, and then I'm not gonna make my plane, and can't afford this. This is gonna be like 3,000 Danish krones extra. I can't afford this. What am I gonna do? I was stressing out so bad. We actually made the train, and once we got to London, we sat down. Basically just hijacked the internet to send pictures to our family and friends. But then afterwards, Amanda had to go home, and I had to go to the airport, and the trip was over. Except for me, it wasn't over, because I was at the airport at 2 a.m. and I couldn't get through security because it wasn't open, so I slept outside of security for 2 hours, and then once I got in, I went to Starbucks and I drank a lot of coffee. Tried to sleep on a bench, didn't work. I ate a lot, I read a lot, I went on my computer a lot. My plane didn't leave until 11 a.m., so I had a lot of time in the airport. It was boring. Finally got on the plane, and then I got home. And yeah, that was about the day that I met Dan and Phil. I'm still in shock. I should probably go. I have to film a supernatural reaction. But I just really wanted to tell you guys this because I've been freaking out over it for over 6 months. So, I was just excited, okay? And it was the best experience of my life. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more from me. I make new videos once or twice a week, so it depends if I have time or if I have good internet. And also, by the way, I am really trying to find time to actually make some better videos, because I know that lately my videos is just me rambling about nothing and reaction videos, and it's not really what I want to do. I like making rambling videos and I like making reaction videos sometimes, but I do actually have a lot of good ideas. I suck at finding the time to execute them, so I will try. Let's cross my fingers that in the future my videos are going to be better, because I am trying. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching again. Bye!